What? Welcome back to the Jagged Edge. Javal, how are you doing on this lovely Friday?
Um, busy. But I can take solace in the fact knowing that the Jags have had some bad losses, but they didn't allow 63 points in the game. So
Ugh, don't
hopefully I don't
don't
jinx
don't
that.
tempt
But
them now. Just kidding.
don't
Don't tempt them now.
before the Ravens put 66 on us.
Don't don't even
Hey, to
speak
be
that
fair
shit.
though, allowing a lot of points to Lamar is one thing. Allowing 63 points to a team that was shut out, not even a full calendar. Oh, Brandon Staley. Thank you for being Brandon Staley.
Thank you for giving us our best moment in for last season. We could have never done it without you. 27-point comeback. Don't know how we were still there for that. I'm dumbfounded that I got to see that in person still. I legit still don't believe that ever exists. So shout
I
out
was
Brandon
still
Staley.
so if Ingram did not score that touchdown, I was ready to leave at halftime. So
You had a little bit of hope. And I was just at that point where I was just well, I already spent three figures on my playoff ticket. If it happens, great. If not, well, at least we got farther than we thought we were going to first season into Doug Peterson's era. Oh boy, what a night that was. I can talk on about that night forever, but we're on to the present, and the Baltimore Ravens are still our next opponent. Any thoughts about it ever since we last talked on Monday, actually?
mm, I mean, I have a tradition where every I can never listen to any Jags related content whenever they lose, so I don't have any stats or thing to break down. To me, it's just more so breaking down the AFC South as a whole, as it just got announced that Stroud's not likely to play versus the Titans, and Nico Collins is out. So, Texans are one game behind us. That's pretty huge for them. If
Hmm.
they win that game, they have a 60% chance to make the playoffs. If they lose, a 27% chance. So, that this is a do or die game for the Texans, and then the Colts are somehow the the Colts having a winning record just confuses me to no end. I'm glad it looks better for us because we swept them. But every time I watch the Colts, I just think, how the hell did this team win 7 games?
And they
How did they
beat
beat the Ravens?
they beat the Ravens too. If I remember correctly, there's a lot of drops that game, just like the Steelers game that the Ravens lost to. So usually they beat themselves, which we kind of relate to more often than not. It's just a
Yeah, so
common theme in the NFL these days. Maybe Tom Brady was right after all, with the NFL not being as good as it used to be.
well, with all these backups playing good, it's we're living in a simulation. But I guess just going back to the Ravens game, I mean, I've definitely calmed down more. The worst part, I was literally listening to Ringer podcast. They're talking about the NFL draft. And then on half, they were having an ad break and they were promoting prize picks. And then the guy's like, yeah, the Ravens are facing the Jags. The Jags allowed Jake Browning and Joe Flacco to go off. So bet the Ravens over. I'm like, come on, man. Like, this wasn't even related. And I think the more people hate, it's just the inverse where the less people think the Jags are going to win, the more confident I feel. So it's just, I'm not going to say we're going to stop the Ravens, but I don't know. I definitely think we have a chance. It really just depends on the coaching staff and how, especially Caldwell, because he's gotten the most heat over these past 2 weeks, and how quickly. Because my thing is, I don't care if the Ravens score points. I just don't want it to look easy.
Yeah.
Because the Bengals and the Browns, a lot of times when they scored, it looked easy. Especially the Browns. I mean, Flacco, he had a sub 60% blitz percentage and had 3 touchdowns where guys are just open. So if you can just remove, sorry, let me just. I think the hat, the bald head has to show now, but I'll keep the hat on the back for the teal. But just don't make the Ravens, don't let them get all the coverage bus, because I remember the last pod we said we're when are guys wide open for us? Almost never. and the Ravens defense, it's not going to allow guys to get open that well. So just make it a challenge for Lamar.
I think that's easy to ask because that doesn't seem too demanding, right? Just to play defense, just play defense is all we're really asking for. But knowing that we've said that, Isaiah likely is going for a 50-yard touchdown, like you said earlier this
He
week.
is my fantasy tight end in the playoffs. So if the only player I'm rooting for on the Ravens is Isaiah Likely. If he if he cooks, I'm like, you know what? I'll be upset. I kind of need it. So
Yeah, I will sacrifice fantasy points for a Jaguars win more than anything right
I
now.
also have Ridley in my league. So
Oh, well.
if they can both go off, but Ridley has a game-winning touchdown, I'd be I'd be excited. I'm trying to think if I'm kind of sad Tyson's probably not going to play because I wanted to make the Broward sign, Lamar, Zay, Tyson, Ridley. But if Tyson's not playing, then it won't hit as much.
Was he limited yesterday? He was
I
limited
think
yesterday,
he's
though.
limited, so I mean, at this rate, I don't see him playing for a while based on how he looked versus the Bengals. So I mean, if he does play and he's back to what he is at his peak, that'd be great. But hamstrings or him and Cisco too are just they've been just so banged up ever since I think the Saints game, and I think that's definitely one of the biggest keys. Is I remember I saw Ship posted a tweet where the Jags defense DVOA before the bye week was fourth, and after the bye week it's 27th. So I really think a lot of that is secondary related because the start of the season, secondary played so well coached. Outside of the Texans game, there wasn't a lot of coverage busts. Guys were in the right spots at the right time. And then even the Saints game when they had Monteric in, and then Cisco wasn't playing, they were still pretty well coached. It's just now we're seeing more of the coverage bust. So to me, it's the biggest question and takeaway. Well, how well coached will this defense look? Because they did not look well coached at all versus the Browns. I mean, they it's. I think the frustrating part is it's literally just the three big plays where guys are open. If you take those away, the Browns they would look so much different. But all you need is a couple big plays, and the Jags offense they have to fight and claw their way and will barely get big plays. And the Jags defense allowing big plays. You can't have both. If the offense is making it look tough and the defense making it look easy, you're not gonna win many games. So
Yeah, no, you're completely right, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The big problem last week I didn't really talk about is that they were setting ourselves so back when it comes to the false starts and just like 5-yard penalties to start drives. And that makes it even harder for a team that has been struggling running the football over the past, I'm not going to say the past months, it's basically the entire season where this team just struggles getting yardage on the run right now. So I get it was a road game last week in a tough Cleveland environment, but you just gotta eliminate those small mistakes and give at least ETN or Dearness Johnson or Tank Bigsby, whoever is running that football, just any
a
chance of
glimmer of hope.
to
Yeah, I mean,
just
to me, even I remember I saw a stat from Trip again how the Jags running game by DVOA from the start from week 4 of last season was 27th. So, this is just an ongoing thing where even last year, it's crazy because ETN was efficient last year, but he was mainly efficient because he's able to break off big runs to the outside. This year, without those runs being all broken off outside, we've seen his yards per carry just crater off. And the worst part is it's not his fault. Like if you look at the stats, you're just gonna think, oh, ETN got a lot worse. But when you really watch what's going on, I mean, obviously, he's getting a lot more carries, so you're getting a lot of carries with a not good offensive line. You're not gonna run the ball very well, and I'm getting close to the point where I'm just giving up on this running game. I know they have to try to run it to keep it balanced. I just don't see the running game actually being successful. It's like, man, it's just been so pedestrian. And to me, that's the biggest thing where when the play action is working, and guys are going to buy on play action no matter what. You don't need to run well to use play action successfully, but obviously it helps being able to get on schedule better, keeping being ahead of the chains. And I think that's if the Jags are ever going to take that leap into the next offense, because I still think they have the quarterback, they have good enough weapons in the passing game. So coordinator, presses a little up and down, but I think he's not the worst OC in the world. It's just a running game, and they've put money in the offensive line, hasn't panned out that well. So hopefully it will be nice to see ETN or Dearness or whoever get some big runs. Not even just big runs, but just get efficient runs. I don't need a 40-yard run on 1st and 10. I'd be cool with a 4-yard run on 1st and 10. Make it 2nd and 6. And then from there, you can get a 3rd-yard run, 3rd and 3. And then, it's a lot easier conversion rather than 3rd and 5 and 6 and 7. And the worst part is also whenever they get efficient, stay ahead of the chains. Don't do something stupid. No more false starts because, man, just I remember the Bengals game when it was 2 false starts, went from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 13, and I just wanted to shoot somebody. Man, this team is just they can't make it easy. They can never make it easy.
I think the one that got to me was the Browns game. It was 3rd and 1, or yeah, it was 3rd and 1 in our own 11, and it was just an arm punt basically by Trevor Lawrence. So I'm just like, okay, that was the fourth quarter last week. I was like, just fucking run the ball. I don't get it, man. I get it. It's not working,
I
but
I know in their
sometimes,
head
yeah,
they
yeah.
probably didn't think they were going to convert it, so I get trying to pass.
But just a one-on-one where you're double covered with Calvin Ridley, I'm just like, oh my God, what is this decision making right now? But speaking of the lack of run game, that just puts more weight on a shoulders of a quarterback who had a high ankle sprain just 13 days ago.
It looks
Well, it'll
Trevor
be,
is practiced in full, so I don't know how banged up he is,
yeah.
but at least he's not. At least he has more time to practice this week. He was not limited in practice. A lot of guys are limited in practice this week, so at least having Trevor. The only two full participants are Trevor Lawrence and CJ Beathard, which you don't really need CJ to be a full participant most times, but
It's good to know, I guess, but it's just a question about how much can Trevor Lawrence do? Can he do the maneuvering around the pocket? Can he get some rushing yards if he really needs to on Sunday, which we know he's very capable of when he is healthy. So just a wait and see.
in injury news, it looks Walker's Little's probably going to play, so that's huge for left tackle. No more Blake Hance versus Miles Garrett. Um, Herndon might come back from the concussion, so we'll see. I don't know about Tyson and Cisco yet. There's still too many guys who are limited, so it's hard to determine who's going to play as of now for most players. But it's I think the thing to just realize is compared to where we were last year in our playoff chances, we had to fight and claw. This team still has that in them. It's just a matter of can they play disciplined enough? Because last year after the stretch they couldn't lose any games, and they didn't lose any games. Now they can lose some games, but they don't want to, obviously. And the one seed still has a chance. I mean, if you beat the Ravens, and you have as good a chance as well to come back. I mean, Dolphins lost, Chiefs lost. So if you beat the Ravens, you can get the one seed. It's just a matter of can you beat the Ravens, and will you play your best? Will you not make dumb mistakes? Will the defense allow how many busted carries will the defense allow? So we'll see. But
Yeah, it's funny too, because I know you mentioned you're not really looking at numbers or anything. I just feel kind of the same way. Usually I'm here like, oh, this is how much they average during a pass or during a run. But last time I did that, we got fucking digged down by goddamn Jake Browning and Joe Mixon with they had like statistically some of the worst running offense in the whole league, and we were just still caught with our pants down. Like I don't get it. Like this is one of the best offenses and one of the best defenses in the entire NFL. And I'm legitimately scared, but knowing this stupid freaking team that
That's
they're
what
gonna
I
yeah.
think they're going to show. Win or lose, I just think they're going to. Oh, I hope they're going to play more discipline. You know, and like I said, I'm fine with the defense getting beat. The Ravens have a really good offense. They have Lamar Jackson. They actually have receivers this time. When the Ravens are playing out their best, they're a tough defense to stop. But even the game they played versus the Rams, which the Rams offense with Kyron has been really good and it's better than our offense. So I don't want to get too many comparisons, but the Rams are able to put up points. You know, the Ravens defense, as good as they were, McVay was able to isolate weaknesses and he was able to get points on the board. That was a competitive game. I just play competitive on prime time. You know, don't embarrass us in front of the host. That's all I ask.
That's the thing though. It's not even about don't embarrass. We're 8-5. We need to lock it down now.
Lock
The
down the
Texans,
bank.
yeah, lock down the bank. But yeah, Texans are not gonna have their number one quarterback and number one receiver on Sunday. I have no idea who the Colts are because I'm just
Colts
solely
Steelers game that is going to
that's a
Mitch Trubisky versus Gardner Minshew for a
that
playoff
okay.
spot on the line.
Okay, I don't even want to know where it's at. I don't even care about that. I'm all focused on Jags. Jags, focus on your goddamn selves. Because,
This
I mean, that's the thing though. We know this team could be really, really good, or this team could just shit the bed no matter what. It's which Jaguar will show up. Well, the real Jacksonville Jaguars, please stand up.
I don't know which one is the real one. That's the
Yeah.
scare. We're 8-5, and I still don't know how good or bad this
And
team
it's
could be.
December. We got four more games of this shit before the playoffs. We've,
Well,
playoffs, it's still early, but this team should have locked down almost a playoff spot by now if they just decided to beat Jake Browning. I don't get it.
well, they just now that they have the fire at the back under them. I mean, Ingram said it best. They play better as underdogs, so hopefully they keep that same underdog mentality. Shock the Ravens. I mean, I don't think the Ravens are going to be shocked. Most of them probably still remember what happened last year
Yeah,
versus the
exactly. It's
Jags.
like
So
they're not gonna be shocked. They know
I
we
don't
can
think
beat
I don't
we can
yeah
beat them.
they're not going to underestimate us. So just not even shock the world because when they play their best, they can beat the Ravens. But they haven't had like they've had the primetime chances and blow it. So I just want the game where yes, the Jags say this is the real Jacksonville Jaguars on prime time. But saying that, I'm kind of scared that they're just gonna
They'll
crap the
be
bed,
down 17
and
nothing.
and then,
Yeah,
and then they're
that's
gonna
true.
say this is the real Jacksonville Jaguars.
And it's just gonna suck because we're gonna be tailgating in the rain. Depends
Oh,
how
I
early we
forgot
get
it's
there.
raining. Oh
Yeah.
man, it hasn't rained in Orlando, so I'm gonna be fake shocked when I go into Jackson. It's raining.
Oh no, it's raining all weekend. Yeah, it's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow and Sunday, but it might stop right after kickoff if I remember correctly. I'm gonna have to check the weather again, but at least I think that at the very least the tailgate's gonna be wet, so I'm just gonna bring a poncho, hang out. Hopefully I'm not getting sick because I do feel a little under the weather right now. I don't know if it's noticeable in my voice, but I just hope it doesn't get worse because I don't want to miss this one. The first Sunday night game since the Bush administration. How did we get here? Why did it take this long?
Well,
Uh,
we're here. We have a winning record. The Ravens have a winning record.
mhm. Yeah, we kept our spot. But other than that, what other thoughts do you have? We kind of touched upon, I think, most of the points that we pretty much know of. Besides, I guess the injury report today, which will come out probably any moment now.
I guess just back to the AFC South. Obviously, I want to focus on us too, but Colts and I still can't believe the Colts are 7. Like I know I said that before, but and then I saw a Colts post where Gardner Minshew was like, "Oh, we're 1 game back." We have the tiebreaker, so even if we have the same schedule, we would still go over the Colts. But I pray that we get the Colts in the playoffs. That would be the dream come true.
Yeah, but knowing us, we're probably going to get the Browns or the Bengals again just to have a rematch, just to spite us.
Wouldn't be impossible, but and they're definitely exciting to see how the AFL shakes up because Texans could make the playoffs, Colts could too. maybe you play one of them at home, which would be Texans at home. I'd be definitely more worried. Colts at home, either the streak is being broken or beating. It's going to be a 50 burger, no in between. So, but it's definitely going to be these next 4 games will just define the season. I mean, obviously you have the toughest game now, and then Bucks, who are still leading the division, so they're not.
They're
You
not
can't
out of it.
underestimate them.
Yeah, they're playing for something too. So yeah,
They're
this
not
is
gonna just let roll around and die. I mean, Carolina,
uh,
I don't want to underestimate them. I don't. This I'm not underestimating Carolina solely because I know the team can do. And Tennessee, how did they beat the? I'm sorry, we didn't talk about that. I remember I joked saying that the Titans would be the only ASL team to win,
that I
and they
didn't.
won. Nobody expected it, dude.
How did we just
It
gotta
was
say, oh,
thirteen
the
twenty
Jaguars,
seven
yeah.
with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, you're like, okay. I went to bed already. I was way asleep ahead of that. I woke up, I look at my phone to wake up before I was ready to shower, get ready for work. And I said, wait, the Titans won last night? What the fuck happened?
I
So
mean, this
that
is
that happened.
the only time I actually was not upset with the Titans winning. So but man, we'll just see. Hopefully, it doesn't rain too much on, but
What do you
this is gonna
mean?
rain.
You're gonna hope the Titans are gonna win again on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, I guess. Dang, I feel a little bit gross rooting for
It's
them, but
especially since they're wearing the Oilers stuff and the city of Houston hates that stuff. Shout
oh
out
yeah,
Hunter. Yeah, I know. He's like, damn, they're gonna really wear the Oilers stuff while they play us.
that is petty. That is
Yeah.
petty. So I mean, we'll see how everything goes. I guess just across the AFC South, it's what a division AFC South is. But hey, we're still in the NFC South, so we're not the worst division in football anymore.
Even though we're all playing like it.
I guess not the Titans, which
Yeah.
still so stupid, but
What can you do? But leaving at that, I guess final prediction time. Do we want to make final predictions? Because I feel like we've just been
kind of
kind of
petrified.
yeah, exactly. We're
I
both kind
want
of
to.
nervous.
Are you
I'm
gonna be?
nervous.
Are you gonna? If you're the pest, if you're not being optimistic, I might make predictions because I feel both of us can't. I can't make a good prediction in good faith. If you
Yeah.
make we have to bounce each other out. So if either one of us is the into our yang or no predictions at all, where I
We're
think we're
very
both
yeah,
kind of
we're very self-aware Jaguar fans to where two in a row, backup quarterbacks. We place like one of the top five quarterbacks in the league right now. And yeah, we're scared, which means we're definitely winning on Sunday. It's just how the NFL
I
ends
hate
the
this team.
season. Yeah.
The
If
worst
we
part
win,
is
I'm gonna be yeah, that's the thing though. If we win the jubilation once it's all over, be like, this motherfucking team really doing this. What the
oh my
fuck is
goodness,
yeah.
bro.
I'm
I
hoping. I mean, I hope that's the result because we
I
want
hope it's a win, but
to.
the
I'm also
Jags
gonna be
just
pissed
can't.
off. Yeah, yeah.
They
We're just gonna.
can't. I'm just like, okay, great win, guys. Where was this versus Jake Browning? Oh,
It's because
even
you weren't there, Javal. If you were there, you would have won. Your extra energy would have put them over the
hold up.
top against Jake Browning. Just kidding. I'm
This
not gonna gaslight you.
I'm a little bit scared, but give me.
Uh-oh.
I don't want him to cook us. This is Breeze
Oh
jersey. I
no!
don't
What
want
is
him to cook
this?
us.
What is this,
I don't
Javal?
want
What is that?
I don't want him to cook us.
Why do you have that?
It was a Breeze jersey. It's not for me.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it was
That's the
small
jersey
enough to wear.
she's wearing.
Oh no, that's disgusting. She's gonna
I
get booed
mean,
at the lot too. That's
I
crazy.
mean, it could have been a lot worse though. Out of all at least the Ravens. If it was the Steelers, then I actually would not. I would not be talking to her at all.
Yeah, no, I get it. My Brie is a Giants fan, so not really a lot of interaction between us because we're AFC NFC, so we can kind of more coexist rather than say Jags and Ravens where we see each other more often than not. But
We
uh
somehow get a Jags Ravens playoff game, then pray for this household.
that's like me if the Jags and the Giants ever get to the Super Bowl. Like I don't know, that would be DEF CON 1 inside the household at that point. 2 weeks leading up to it and then the game itself. That would just be I mean, just any Jacksonville Jaguars Super Bowl is DEFCON 1 in our households. Like I would not be able to sleep for 2 weeks. Uh let's hope that we get that feeling. I'm begging Jaguars, get it right. AFC's wide open. Dolphins don't want to do shit. Chiefs are not the Chiefs of old. We just can win against anyone and lose against anyone. The Ravens, they're pretty good, but knowing the AFC, they're gonna lose, and everyone's gonna start questioning them now. Let's hope it starts with us because they got a tough schedule coming up too.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens, they also face the Dolphins and the Cowboys, I think. So
No, the Chiefs, I think.
or the Chiefs. So there's yeah, they're gonna face all of the other teams in the AFC. So it'll be a great stretch for them as well. But man, I'm excited, but also scared, but also not as scared because our expectations are lower. So it's a little bit of everything. But this team is stupid. They can't play normal football games. So win or lose, I am not expecting a normal football game.
Oh no,
I
it's
just
gonna be some messy bullshit one way or the other. It's
like
it's
even
this team.
even last year when Justin Tucker missed the field goal, that is not normal.
But it was like a 69-yard field goal, though. It wasn't like any normal field goal. It was like
I
one of
still
the
think
long
he could have made that, but yeah, that was it's not easy, but it's a very stupid
where we
game.
converted a 4th and 8, where Trevor Lawrence had to drive down the field even after getting sacked
Uh,
on first down, where
that
we could have
Trevor
lost
drive.
it. Yeah,
I might watch that Trevor drive again just to get the blood flowing.
the where well flowing where's that blood flowing
You
from?
know where I'm flowing to once I saw that Trevor drive again. So
Same honestly, but other than getting erections for Trevor Lawrence, which is very easy to do if you're from the city of Jacksonville or support the Jacksonville Jaguars. Anything else you want to talk about? I feel like this is kind of short. We kind of have to fill it up a bit.
we could just do around the league stuff, and just kind of talk about shout out Brandon Staley once again.
Just shout out Brandon Staley. Gave us one of the best moments of our lives. like like how that
Thank you
I
for
why didn't he get fired right away? I was legit talking to all the Charger fans on the way. I was like, y'all should just cut him now. I'm sorry. I was even telling one of them, hey, at least you get to fire Brandon Staley. They didn't fucking fire Brandon Staley.
I
Like,
just like you're saying, the league as a
yeah.
whole is going to be stupid. And the more I think about it, I'm kind of scared because CJ Stroud is out. The Texans are going to win because it's the year of the backup QB.
Yeah, you're right. Davis Mills Mafia. He can do it
I was,
before, and he'll
I
do
was
it
going
again.
to say, I've seen Davis Mills win in person before. Oh, God, I was so stupid.
Me too. The rookie season. You're right. I was there too. God damn. I don't want to think about that. That was a wet
Well,
game.
I'll never.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did rain, and then the other kickoff return. Oh, gosh. Dark times. Is Mills Mafia going to carry them?
Please don't. No. No, there's no
Just
way.
just the rest of the AFC as a whole is so chaotic.
There's no there's a lot of parity, but there's just I feel like I just don't have a finger on this conference right now. There's only 4 weeks left. A lot could happen. Hopefully that a lot means that we win the AFC somehow. My wallet will hate it, but I will love it personally. I don't even want to think about the playoff stuff right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's just around the league is hilarious. If you would have said the Chargers would have been last place in their own division, I would have been very surprised.
I mean, I also would have said, "Oh, it's the Chargers," though. To be fair,
Yeah, they're definitely cursed, so not that's fair.
you'd be like, "Oh, did Justin Herbert get hurt?" Yes, but like late into December, where they were already out to begin with. It's like, oh, okay, yikes.
Yeah, it's crazy because the NFC has the clear powerhouses, and then the division below. AFC, I still feel I don't know. Even every team I think in the AFC definitely can be beaten. With the NFC teams, it feels very,
It's three teams and then everyone else. I feel like San Francisco,
and then with the AFC,
Philly, well,
it's
Dallas, and then Philly because Dallas could actually beat it.
yeah, Dallas is now and the driver's seat for NFC East, but they have a tough schedule as well. I mean, but yeah, both Eagles and Dallas will have a very interesting schedule. I know Cowboys play the Bills, Eagles play the Seahawks, so it's not they're gonna have easy teams to face. So um it'll be definitely interesting to watch how the Cowboys they face the Bills. They're at the Bills, then at the Dolphins, versus the Lions and the Commanders. So
Such a
they
tough
face
stretch.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very tough stretch. And then I know the Eagles face Seattle. Um playing up their schedule real quick. Yeah, Seattle, the Giant. Oh yeah, they have Seattle, the Giants, 2 games in a row, and the Cardinals. So Eagles still have a good shot compared to the Cowboys. But it's just funny how even Eagles fans I've seen how they've all been in a panic over a 2 game losing streak and how the sky's falling and they put trash cans for Bradbury and Slay. And it's just funny
Like
watching other teams panic react. They have a 10 win record and then the sky is falling.
they're 10-3 and they want to fucking complain. That's just the city of Philadelphia to a
But
T.
that's just NFL as a whole, such a
Yeah.
week to week league where
Yeah.
one week everybody's in love with you, the next week everybody hates you.
Shout out Calvin Ridley. Just kidding. I love Calvin Ridley. I will
I
defend
still
that man.
I still have faith in Ridley. I mean, the only thing
You're just saying that because you're a big Broward guy and he's from
I
South
okay,
Florida.
I mean,
You're like, ooh, you
you
got
got
me.
me. Now, but the only thing I think is a fair complaint with the Ridley criticism is I do with not even fair complaint, but I think for the contested catches, he can do a better job of that. But also, that's not really his game. You know, I think ever since his rookie year, he always wanted Trevor to get that big ball winner, contested catch guy. Everyone's saying T. Higgins because of Clemson, which I've seen people saying, oh, let Ridley walk now and pay T. Higgins in the offseason, which, I mean, Higgins has been banged up. So I would understand the fit if it could happen, but at the same time, Higgins this year has 32 catches for like he's been good, but he's been banged up. So Ridley's had a better year, and people were saying to get rid of him, which is just so funny.
I mean, I guess so likes the NFL. Just get both. Like, let's just help your quarterback as
I
much
mean,
as
if you could
possible. Yeah.
get both, I wouldn't be upset. I mean,
You're like, wow, because we kind of have another banged up receiver that could be on the roster bubble if you wanted to go hard full court press on, a T Higgins type of player.
yeah, I know with Kirk's cap hit, it'll be a lot lower, so they'll have more flexibility. But at the same time, like, dude, we're 8-5, and people are talking about who needs to go in the offseason. I'm like,
Guys are like, guys, we have 4 weeks. We could still win the division. Like,
I know we're
relax.
used to pessimism, but can we just try to be somewhat level-headed and
I
reasonable?
get we're not in a tight division. We haven't been in tight division races 2 years in a row since like what? I was goddamn 12. But like relax a little bit. Like we're not out of the playoff race in like fucking December and we don't know how to handle ourselves. It's just
It's funny
crazy.
the way people talked about Ridley and Caldwell these past 2 weeks. You would have thought that they were complete bums the whole year, and that they didn't do anything good to help the Jacks win 8 games,
Yeah.
especially Caldwell, because we talked about how the defense was outplaying the offense at a certain stretch. I don't think that's went away. I still think, as a coaching staff, are there things you can improve on and things to work on? Yes, but I would still be very surprised if, he just lost everything. But then again, it is also the Jags. So
Yeah, like you just gotta play defense eventually, right? No miscommunication. It's not that hard to play defense, isn't it? Joe Flacco, like you're gonna allow 3 busty coverages for touchdowns. Like I guess we did it against the Texans as well. It's funny because we went from like the Chiefs game where it was just a tight game, offense gonna get anything going, to then the Texans game where just everything just whatever
everything
could go
fell
wrong.
apart.
It's the same thing, the Bengals just outplayed us and got that last possession at the end of the game, even after we missed the field goal that should have been a gimme. And then the Browns, we just fell on our face on defense as Trevor Lawrence is trying to carry us on one goddamn foot. So it's just like, what do we want? Like, what can we get?
I
What do we
mean,
want? What do we get? Like, this team is very frustrating, but it's an 8-win football team, and
that's the worst. That's the worst but funniest part. is that the people act like this guy is balling, and this is our best record in years.
It just doesn't make sense, Javal. It's very frustrating at the end of the day, but Baltimore on the schedule. All you gotta do is just focus on now.
Take care of Baltimore, and then you can take care of Baltimore. You can get the 1 seed, beat 12-5, but you could also be 8-9. So
Oh,
how far in between will they go?
don't
I
want to
don't know.
think about that scenario. That would be terrible, honestly.
Do you know one thing we haven't talked about in a while?
What's that? Oh, I think the dream is dead. I don't think Sagdory Griffith is coming our way.
I don't think it's a dream. I mean, the nightmare is
The
dead.
nightmare is dead. The American nightmare is dead. Shout out Cody
Can
Rhodes.
Chason get 3 sacks in 4 games?
No. That was
Wait,
such a
just
fun bet. It was a fun bet to start off, but he is who we thought he was. He
he
is
got
who we
his
thought
career
he
high
was.
in sacks and still let us down.
Uh, it's funny if he just gets a multi-sack game now. Against this team of all teams, against a quarterback that can just run around, I'm going to cry.
I would be extremely if when Chason has the game-winning strip sack. Okay, let me be realistic.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, Lamar Jackson slowly walks into Caleb Von Chason for a sack, meaningless sack, right before the 2-minute warning. That's a more realistic sack than game-winning sack Caleb Von Chason on the outside. Because he wins a pass rush move against like Ronnie Staley or whoever is playing left or right tackle or whoever the fuck. Like, I I don't know why he's not an NFL player, but he's on this roster still.
He's a good special teamer.
But he
That's
was
all I can say.
taken 20th
20th overall
overall.
pick for a
Dave
great special teamer.
Caldwell, din
Caldwell
Forbana has cook.
masterclass.
Puta ina. Do I know any more phrases that are curses? Tu putra madre. Just cursing all in different languages. Do I
You
know
just
any
call his
more?
mom a.
Yeah, exactly. Dave
So
Caldwell,
he's
your
quite
sins will
literally
never
a
be.
son
Yeah,
of a.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Dave Caldwell, you will never be forgiven for your crimes against this football team.
The only good thing he did was being bad enough we could draft Trevor.
That is true. His consistently terrible drafting did get us this quarterback who is now hurt because we don't have an interior alignment to protect him and had a wide receiver that mistimed a route.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss Brandon Linder. Someone on the Jags.
Yeah,
Someone on.
I miss Meester. I miss Linder. Like,
How
like
does
we
that we get the quarterback and our
yeah,
center can
decides
only
yeah
our center is only good at not off field, but our center is
second
only good
level
at.
blocking, second or third level blocking.
He's like, I can block a linebacker. I don't know if he can. Some linebackers I think might be able to push him around. I don't know. I can block a safety in space. Blocking a defensive lineman. I don't know about that, fam.
2 degrees for what? You're not. How do you have 2 degrees? You're a fucking nerd on the offensive line. That's terrible. We need some big country linemen in there this
Cooper
offseason.
Hodges.
Yeah, I know. He's Duval though. He's Tugboat is from this city, so hey man, that's good enough for me, I guess. Because I don't know. Like I said, we should really be talking off season. We're falling into the pessimism. We have
Not
four
even
games.
not pessimism, but
Just the
just
sad reality of how bad the
ba-
interior alignment can be.
based off what I've seen. Obviously, I don't watch every game. Like, yeah, I need to look at what Luke Fortner's doing, but just based off what people are saying and things have been seen, not really holding my breath on Fortner panning out. I mean, maybe year 3 or 4, he just magically gets stronger steroids, but I don't know. Until then, it's just
Get Cam Robinson's stash. Where is it? Where is it? Cam, help a brother out.
either he's gonna play stronger or get suspended and not play at all. So either way, I'm
He's like,
cool with both.
it's a win-win, Jamal. It's a win-win. Get the stash, boys. Get the stash.
There always has to be at least a couple Jags players that we could be 17-0, and we'd still find a way to just crap. We'd just still find a way to make fun of some players on this team.
Oh, of course, you got to. Uh Hopefully nobody on the team ever listens to that, especially Cam or Fortner.
I want Jason to listen to this podcast and have to make us buy the jersey, but
That's
we know
true.
that's not
That's the
going to
only
happen.
one. Yeah, exactly.
No, I want Fortner to listen to this podcast and just lift weights, like just chest press day and night,
Bully
all
this
off
man into
season.
taking PEDs.
Yeah,
Just bully him into actually cheating for us.
I don't care at this point. If he comes into year 3 and we're ETN is still getting mauled in the backfield, I'm just going to hand him the I don't care what he needs.
You're gonna find where he lives when he's sleeping. You're just gonna secretly tempt him with just.
Inject the needle. He's just gonna go to scratch his back. He's like, why is my muscles so much stiffer?
Oh, why the hell are we talking this? This could be used against us in court. Just
Jagged
kidding.
Edge.
Jagged Edge. We
This is
just
Jagged Edge at its peak. It wouldn't be
exactly.
Jagged Edge if we didn't make fun of at least one player on our team.
Yeah, we just said have to be serious for
Especially,
a moment. Exactly.
we can only be serious for so long.
I mean, they went back to losing 2 in a row, so we can back to being on our bullshit. We can't be happy all the time, so we just got to be back on our bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Other than the NFL, my beloved Newcastle United are officially out of the Champions League. That was sad. We had 13 injuries, so I can't be too mad. It was just fun to see them in a European setting. And we have Fulham tomorrow, so away
Oh
the
no.
lads. I
Oh
don't know.
no.
You've
I'm
had
scared
two straight.
now.
No, but you've won 2 games 5-0. Your team's rolling. Newcastle is
I,
still not healthy.
am I
We
gonna
don't
have to
rotate
take the
ever.
L for Fulham? I'm like, Fulham, please lose by 5 so the Jazz can be back to what they did. I just have to reset the balance of order.
Yeah. Did the Heat win against the Bulls yesterday? I didn't see
We
the final
lost to the
score.
Bulls. It was 33-8 first
I
quarter.
don't
No,
understand that basketball team, the Chicago Bulls. I do not understand
I thought
them.
you were gonna say the Heat. I don't understand them either.
Oh,
I don't want to
okay.
talk. I mean, Bam and Tyler have been out, but even when they're healthy, I still don't. I'm still not holding my breath. That team is mid.
Hey, at least you have Mexican Jimmy Butler, right? That's the only hope for the future.
Yeah, we actually have a good rookie this year. So we actually play our rookie. He's been playing well. So I'll take that. Fulham, are you going to let me down tomorrow?
For your sake, I hope so.
I will take a Fulham
We'll take a
0-6
draw. Well,
loss.
we'll take a 1-1 draw. How about that? So we're both kind of okay. We're both not sad tomorrow.
I mean, I think you'll be more disappointed with it. I mean,
I would be disappointed. I don't ever want it to drop points at home in the Premier League, and we need to get back to our winning ways. Like we actually have rotation at the striker position, but everywhere else is that we were so stretched, being hurt everywhere. Like we had a full 11 full of injuries, including goalkeeper. It doesn't make sense. We might have our best center back on the bench, but he's not going to be starting. So, like I said, who knows what Newcastle can do? Orlando Magic has to play a back-to-back against Boston tonight and Sunday, and that's a chance. Can you imagine in December the Orlando Magic are the number 1 seed? And can you imagine telling me that before the season
yeah. So
started?
yeah, the Magic are going to be the 1 seed, and at the same time, the Jazz are going to be in the playoffs.
Like that in my lifetime. I've been watching sports since 2005, Javal. The Jags and the Magic have never been good together at the same time. So the fact
Oh,
that this is
I'm kind of
very,
scared
very
now.
possible. Yeah, this is weird for me. Like I don't know, I don't understand like what is going on right now. But like I said, the Jaguars are kind of reeling. The Magic are winning games that they're supposed to win for the first time in God knows how long. But they're on the road against Boston. But for some reason, this team likes playing the Boston Celtics because an old Boston Celtics player by the name of Eddie House was
Oh, I remember Eddie House.
yeah, so he keeps talking shit about the Orlando Magic, saying that this is like their NBA Finals or their Super Bowl every time they play the Celtics. And the last time we beat them at the TD Garden, all the Magic players went on Twitter and shared a GIF of I believe it was it was an old Magic player that smacked him on the back of the head. I have to go send you the GIF later, but every Magic player replied to Eddie House with him getting smacked in the back of the head by a Magic player. So it was great, tremendous content. So hopefully the Magic win tonight, and we'll just send over that GIF again.
I'm just looking at the Eddie. I did
Yeah,
not know
Eddie
this was
House.
a.
Did you look up Eddie House GIF and see what came up? It's legit the first one. I think it's Rafir. I think that's either Gilbert Arenas or Rafir Alston that just fucking smacked him in the back of the head.
This is a hilarious gift.
That's just the first thing you see Eddie House's Orlando Magic player smacking him back of the head. I think that is Gilbert Arenas. I don't remember who wore the number one for us in that era.
It was Ray for Alston.
Was it actually Rafer? What a legend, Rafer Alston. Why the fuck didn't the Magic start him over Jameer Nelson in the 2009 NBA Finals? I'm going to cry again.
I'm just watching the gif on repeat as he just.
Smacking him with a cross of the head.
This is peak Jagged Edge.
This is peak, man. We gotta focus on the other things from the Jaguars are just not giving us a lot to talk about.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like I said, it's not what it was a few years ago, but it's also not the best. Oh, did the injury report come out? Because they said that Zay Jones is now healthy and not on the injury report anymore.
Oh,
Is it
did
up?
did we forget about Zay?
Did anybody report anything?
I haven't seen any reports, but
Dang, my fantasy said that Zay was healthy instead of questionable. Okay, 13 minutes ago was updated. Tyson Campbell and Andre Cisco are out.
I'm not surprised. Disappointed,
Ross
but not surprised.
Matisic did not participate in practice today.
You can't know
No!
if we don't have Ross, this game is over.
Exactly. Not our long snapper, bro. Not the Pro Bowl long snapper, Ross Matisic. Does that mean we're gonna bring Carson Tinker back from just bring back Carson Tinker one more time? So officially, Strange, Matisic, Walker, Herndon, Ezra Cleveland, Christian Braswell, and Jamal Agnew are listed as questionable for Sunday's game.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see which of who ends up playing, but no Tyson and no Cisco. I kind of expected. Definitely sucks. They're at their best. They're probably the two best players in secondary, but the secondary was able to win without them. So that's not so much they can't win. It's really a matter of high secondary. Are you going to be communicated and know where to play in zone, or are you going to let a wide open touchdown again? So
Dewey Wingard masterclass. He's getting a pick six.
he did force a huge fumble versus Lamar that last game. So
That's right, he
I'm
did.
just I'm
It
just
was toward
wondering,
our
yeah,
end zone too. That's how I remember vividly. He did it toward
if
our end zone.
I guess speaking back, we can probably close soon. But going back to if there's no Cisco and Dewey's playing more, probably gonna see a lot more Antonio Johnson this game too. Because I remember they used three safety sets versus Lamar last year, so I can imagine Antonio playing the Dewey role of that nickel dime safety. Especially, I thought Antonio was gonna play regardless. As a rookie, making those plays when he did, I almost expected him to play on the field no matter what. So we're almost definitely going to see Antonio play. I know Braswell has been practicing. He got out of IR. So, it's really just depending on which other secondary members step up, especially the young guys. Because, I mean, between Antonio, Buster, Braswell, and Greg Jr., if even two of those players are solid second, not even starters, but solid depth pieces, you're doing pretty well considering there are a lot of late round picks. So we'll see how Antonio plays. Definitely excited, and one of the bright spots of last year. Agnew's back, so just let Agnew return. Don't put him in the Gatefield and offense. Like Parker, let him do all the receiver stuff and put Agnew for returner stuff only. And I think we actually might have a chance. If they could do the fusion dance and it's Parker Agnew, or I don't know, what some
Jamal
amalgamation.
Washington. Jamal Washington sounds like a 19 like a like a soul singer from a generation ago.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
like a cop in a L.A. cop show, Jamal Washington on the case, but I could see that too.
Yeah, it just feels like someone from Hollywood basically, singer or actor. Just just a nice performer. Motown singer. They said Park, no, Jamal Washington.
But yeah, hopefully, if Agnew does come back, we're able to have Agnew just return cleanly because I with Parker, he's definitely flashed more as a receiver than as a returner.
So if he just focus
So
on that, perfect. Just let him focus on that.
Kirk didn't want to return either, and he was probably our best slot too. So just don't do the dumb Agnew touches. Just keep Parker in there. Hopefully, they're able to. I guess the one good thing about this, all the injuries, you're being able to see more of the young guys, and even when they're playing through mistakes, they haven't looked as bad. Where there's nothing positive because I remember 2021 when we drafted all those players and barely any of them made an impact. 6th round receiver Jalen Camp didn't even make it to camp. So Parker's an already better 6th round receiver than that batch. So that's good to know at least. But even just seeing the younger players get more playing time on the practice field and just start to play more, I think is going to be huge because win or lose, you need those players to take necessary steps. Especially once that Trevor Mega deal comes in and you have to let some players go for cat reasons, you need cheap contributors. So being able to draft and develop will be huge. And for what it's worth, I know people were always going back to hating on Bulky, but I think this draft looks okay. I mean, all things considered, the Tank pick isn't great, but I don't think the biggest problem is Tank himself. But when your center is Luke Fortner, then yeah.
But
Strange,
oh no, go for it. Strange, you don't take a blocking tight end round two.
you
Like I
don't take him round 2, but I think I think if you just said he's a rookie tight end, that's a blocker, you'd be solid. He can.
you can
I
live
think
with
he's
that.
got potential. Yeah, and then we've got guys like I really want to see Braswell play. Hopefully, he plays better than some of the young guys did. But Braswell flash at camp. We're seeing guys like Antonio, who I remember pre-draft Antonio was like a 2nd round grade, even a late first. So the fact that he's been in the 5th round, we got him. He's able to make some plays, a little bit of draft position, and then some. Really promising. So Parker being able to make some plays, it is promising. So this is the one last thing is seeing some more of the younger guys on the depth chart, especially in the secondary, make some plays. It's going to be huge because I think next year's training camp we'll really see all those players, Braswell, Greg Jr., Monteric, every Antonio really start to not only fight for a spot, but we'll see them more kind of start to take over. So
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, Javal, thank you again. Like I said, it's been a very, very weird week. Um,
it's a very, very weird football team we're talking about. So
and we have to have a Sunday night football game to end of it. I got one more day to work this week. Just try to survive. Pray to God I don't get sick because, like I said, I feel a little right now. So hopefully I don't feel any worse. If I just feel as I am now, I'll probably show up. But I do not want to get other people sick on Sunday. So hope that I actually can show up on Sunday because I'm also in that little doubt, like, oh, do I really want to get people sick? I could a little extra money for the holidays. Maybe I just ask somebody if they want my ticket, just sell it for retail. I don't know. Like I said, it's just a weird week. Like I just hope it just goes well, especially on Sunday.
all I can say is hope that Magic get a dub. Hopefully just a draw for Fulham, Newcastle, and hopefully I won't have to send a slapping gift to somebody on the Jags. So that'll be nice.
Like it's the
I will.
NFL.
I want to tag Chase on. I know I should.
No, we don't follow we don't clout chase. We just let it happen naturally. That's all we can do, and we just
I'm
hope
not
to
gonna.
do.
I'm not gonna slap him, but I hope he can. Do. I'm just gonna slap him like this instead. Just
Uh, Rafir Alston style. Just kidding. You're such a tiny man compared to an NFL. We're tiny people compared to NFL edge rushers. We get our ass beat if we ever did that to someone like Caleb on Chase on.
hopefully that makes him play better on the field. I would personally take an ass whooping if that got him pissed off enough to get more sacks on the field. I I would take one for the team, but we know that's not gonna happen.
Where's the groceries? Where's Dante Fowler when you need it?
I that's the story. Oh my.
Where's the lake? Where's the groceries? I can't believe that was still real. Or my favorite one was it Aaron Colvin with the five gum or the trident layers? Oh, was it not Aaron Colvin with the trident layers? Who
That's
tried
funny.
to
I don't even remember. I forgot COVID existed.
somebody got arrested for trying to pay someone in trident layers, like the actual commercials way back then.
This is peak Jagged Edge right now.
Jaguars, please get us happy again. Please win on
Please
Sunday.
get us happy so we don't have to ramble. And
Jaguars 30, Ravens 23. Fuck, I couldn't help myself. And with
okay,
that,
I'm just glad you're the optimist here, so then I can be the pessimist. Ravens
oh
35,
no.
Jags 28, 20, 26. I think the Jags can score no matter what. I think Trevor's just gonna will them, but score prediction's out, so I guess all that's left is to do is just wait on Sunday night. We've been waiting all week for Sunday night.
I was a little happy this week because my favorite video game, Tekken, got its demo. For those who don't know, the art of Japanese fighting games, yeah, that's just peak right there. If the Jaguars don't got me, I know Bandai Namco and Tekken does. Shout
Uh,
out to Katsuhiro Harada. What a
if
goat.
if the Jags don't got me, I know Power Wash Simulator has got me.
Oh hell yeah, Power
Free
Wash
free
Simulator.
free on PS Plus, and I got on the Switch too. That game is
Is
addicting.
it? There's some new free games on PS Plus. I think GTA 5 just went free for PS Plus premium.
GTA 5, we're on GTA 6, pal.
I know. 2025 though, that's still a long way away.
But
How much is that going to cost on launch? It's the most anticipated game of all time that is just going to be breaking
it
whatever
could be
budget they had day one.
$90. I think people would still buy it.
And I'd be like, yeah, I get it. I'll buy it right now. Like, legit, that's a day one purchase for I think anyone with the next gen console. No matter what you have, that's definitely day one for sure.
Well, I just want to speaking of GTA 6, to add this tangent, if they actually have art based on Jacksonville, I need that in the game so badly.
Oh, bro, you don't want the
That
streets of fucking Moncrief and GTA. That'd be crazy. I mean, we're gonna get Broward for sure, though. You're gonna get your part of town in that game for
South
sure.
Florida and Jacksonville in a GTA game with Florida music, I that's gonna be peak.
We gotta get Kodak in there, bro. Just I'll be bumping Kodak all the time if they got that in GTA 6.
What a tangent. Going from Jackson to GTA.
The
Peak
music
Jagged.
choices, yeah, like you gotta get no flocking. It's just perfect GTA music, man.
Well,
Like I
hopefully
don't,
the Jags don't want to make me commit Grand Theft Auto and drive off a bridge. So, like I did there.
yeah, I like that. I think with that, we just gotta leave it be now. Javal, pray that I don't feel any worse so I can see you on Sunday. I won't not too much contact. Then I know that you know that I'm not feeling too well. But this just probably gonna happen regardless. The bottle of Casamigos in the middle. No
I'll hug you in
lips.
spirit.
There you go. You'll just hug me in spirit. The rain will not help. All right, guys. If you're still watching, thank you. Like, subscribe.
If you're still
Uh
watching, we don't know why, but thank you.
yeah, we legit went on a tangent for 15 minutes because we wanted to feel good about something. Because this football team makes us question our lives. Humanity, anything really. So with that, everyone, have a good night.